Namaste, little ones. Gather round, for I have a tale to tell. Oh, where are my manners? Well, let's just say I'm an old friend who's seen a thing or two in this magical land of ours. Picture this, a serene riverside with colorful flowers blooming and playful monkeys swinging from tree to tree. And there's our guru, always deep in meditation, with a beard so long it could sweep the floor. One fine day, as our guru was taking his morning bath in the sparkling river, splish splash, something extraordinary happened. A hawk, its feathers gleaming in the sunlight, soared high above. And would you believe it? It dropped a tiny, trembling mouse right into the guru's hands. Now the guru, being the kind soul he was, couldn't bear to see the little mouse in danger. So, with a twinkle in his eye and a wiggle of his fingers, he worked his magic. Abracadabra. In a swirl of golden sparkles and shimmering light, the tiny mouse transformed into a beautiful little girl. Can you believe it? And so, our little mouse-turned girl began her new life in the hermitage, learning to read ancient scrolls, discovering the wonders of the colorful world around her. But sometimes she'd surprise everyone by scurrying under furniture or nibbling on cheese. Old habits die hard, eh? Years passed like leaves floating down the Ganges. Our little girl blossomed into a lovely young woman with flowing dark hair and bright, curious eyes. But she still had a fondness for cheese that would make any mouse proud. One evening, as the sun painted the sky in hues of orange and pink, the guru and his wife sat down for a serious chat.
My dear husband, have you noticed? Our little girl isn't so little anymore. Perhaps it's time we found her a suitable husband.
Now where were we? Ah yes, our little mouse girl, all grown up and as pretty as a lotus flower, but finding her a husband. Oh boy, that was going to be quite the adventure. The guru was determined to find the perfect match.
Hello, fair maiden, ready to light up your life?
But our clever girl, she just wrinkled her nose and shook her head. Too hot, she whispered, fanning herself. And was it my imagination, or did I see her whiskers twitch?
How about a lifetime of cozy, rainy days, my dear?
But our heroine just sneezed and said, too damp. As she shook her head, I could have sworn I saw her ears perk up like a, well, you know.
Ready for a whirlwind romance, my lovely pro, Meisterblow Yoe.
Our girl just giggled and held onto her skirts. Too flighty, she laughed, her little pink nose twitching with amusement.
I will be your rock.
Our clever girl stifled a yawn. Too steady, she said, mimicking his slow speech. And was that a little tail swish I saw behind her back? Just then, something caught her eye. A tiny caterpillar was struggling to climb a leaf. Quick as a flash, our heroine scooped it up and gently placed it on top of the leaf. Her movements were so graceful, so delicate, almost like a little mouse herself.
There you go, little one. Everyone needs a helping hand sometimes. Papa, I don't understand. Why don't any of these suitors feel right?
The guru opened his mouth to answer, but before he could, a familiar screech filled the air. The hawk was back, and this time, it was diving straight for the hermitage. Its shadow loomed large, casting a dark pall over the peaceful scene. In a flash, our heroine's ears perked up. She let out a high-pitched squeak that had everyone covering their ears. But lo and behold, it warned all the little creatures in time.
What just happened?
As the hawk flew away, disappointed, our mouse girl looked at her hands in wonder. What just happened? She whispered. Oh, my dear listeners, it seems our little girl was starting to realize her true nature. The guru's eyes twinkled with pride and a hint of mischief. But that, my friends, is a tale for our next chapter. What adventures await our curious heroine? Oh my, things are getting as tangled as the guru's beard now.
Eek, what's happening to me?
The guru set off to find his daughter, his long beard trailing behind him like a fluffy white kite. Finally, in a quiet corner of the forest, he found her hiding behind a mushroom, her whiskers twitching with sadness.
My dear child, why do you hide? Don't you know that no matter what form you take, you are still my beloved daughter?
But Papa, I'm a mouse. I don't know who I am anymore.
My sweet child, you are who you have always been. Kind, clever, and beautiful.
Papa, I think I understand now. But what about finding a husband who could love a mouse?
My dear, let me introduce you to someone special, the king of mice.
Hello there, beautiful. Would you like to share some cheese with me?
And just like that, with a flick of his wand and a shower of sparkles, the guru transformed his daughter back into her true form, the most beautiful mouse in all the land. As our mouse girl and the king of mice scampered off paw in paw, the guru smiled, knowing that sometimes the greatest magic of all is simply being yourself. Oh my, what a sight to behold! The grandest mouse wedding you've ever seen! Our beautiful bride, whiskers twinkling, paw in paw with her dashing king of mice. And look, all our cosmic friends are here. The sun god glowing, the cloud king floating, the wind lord fanning, and mountain lord steady as ever. Wait, is that the hawk serving cheese? My, how things have changed. As our happy couple scampers off, remember, dear listeners, true happiness comes when we embrace who we really are, whiskers and all.